Today we're gonna make a delicious Mediterranean sheet pan chicken feast that is incredibly easy. We're gonna use local, delicious, in-season vegetables, but we're gonna keep it really simple. And we're gonna start off by preheating our oven to 425 degrees. We want a baking sheet with parchment paper on it. And we're gonna get started first on a marinade slash dressing. So I'm gonna mix it all together in this jar, but you could do it in a bowl with a whisk. We're gonna see how it goes. So we're gonna start off with a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. This is the beginning of every good dressing, in my opinion. I have about a third of a cup of white wine vinegar. You can use fresh lemon juice. I might actually add a little bit of lemon juice in addition to what I got going on here. I'm gonna put in a bit of salt, like a pinch, quarter teaspoon. And then I have a bunch of herbs. So I have some garlic powder. You could use like grated fresh garlic if you like. I find that very hard to digest, so I prefer garlic powder. I have a teaspoon of basil, probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon of thyme, which I find quite strong, and a teaspoon of oregano that's big and chunky because it's from my garden and I didn't make it small yet. It's gonna be amazing. Just gonna add that in. And then I have like about a tablespoon of grainy mustard. You can use Dijon mustard, whatever you got. That just helps it emulsify. And I am gonna put in a little bit of a splash of some fresh lemon. Just to zhuzh it. Just to zhuzh it. Why not? Not gonna go too crazy on it. Now I'm gonna pop this lid on and shake it. That's it. I've got some chicken. I'm using chicken thighs. I often make this with chicken breast. I usually cut it into chunks more so that it cooks a bit faster. So I'm probably gonna use like maybe half of this. And I'm gonna use a spoon to make sure I get some of the goods. I need a way bigger spoon. This spoon is like for babies. That's not what we need right now. Okay. So I'm gonna save some of this salad dressing or some of this marinade or dressing or whatever for the end when we finish our sheet pan dinner off with some fresh greens. Just gonna work this in, make sure that it really gets worked into all the little spots. Then I'll set this aside and we'll get cracking on our sheet pan of vegetables. Just add a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna let that rest for like 10 minutes while we get the rest of this going, which is all it's gonna take for us to have it ready, and then we'll put it in the oven. So I've got my baking sheet, my parchment paper, my knife, and I'm gonna get a bowl to put the ends and bits in. So I am just using these beautiful peppers, and I'm gonna use red onion, and I might put a few cloves of garlic in and a whole bunch of those in-season grape tomatoes. They are so sweet and so delicious. I also have about half a cup of Kalamata olives, which we will have the fun time of taking the pits out. Usually I buy them with no pits, but not this time. I love when I go to the market and they have like purple peppers and all sorts of different crazy color peppers. I love that because even though it's the same ingredient or the same plant, the phytonutrients that we get from each different color is different. So it's fun to have the variety. I love it. And it's good to know about this meal that you can really change it up. I'm using these seasonal peppers and tomatoes because they are on point right now and busting out, but you can absolutely use other in-season things. I thought about maybe adding some broccoli or you can use whatever you want. So fun. That's the joy of a sheet pan meal. So I'm just gonna cut these into kind of 1-inch chunks, 1 to 2-inch chunks. Like always, you want everything to be kind of the same size-ish. That's the goal. So it cooks at the same rate. All right, we're just gonna drop these onto our sheet pan. Just throw them everywhere also. You could use whatever onion you have. I just really love purple onion or red onion, whatever you want to call it, because I just feel like it's more delicious, especially when it's roasted up. We've got like a whole bunch of these little tomatoes. I don't know, I feel like I might be getting a little carried away, but also kind of feel like it's just the right amount. Just gonna sprinkle them out. What's amazing about this is the leftovers will make such a delicious pasta sauce. You can puree it up together. You'll see at the end when it's all caramelized and the tomatoes are all soft and sweet and delicious. You can blend it or squish it up and it makes an amazing pasta sauce, or you can just have like a chunky, hearty pasta sauce. So good. Okay, I feel like maybe I got a little carried away with those tomatoes. Probably end up adding them anyways. Okay, so olives, unpitted olives. Let's go. I'm gonna make a mess. I basically do them like garlic. So I try and split it with a squish. What's fun about it is it sometimes sends a whole like rocket of liquid out of that little spot, the little hole. So that's fun. I love this meal because it probably comes together in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you cook it for about 30 minutes and you're done. And it's delicious. Throw some greens on there. The pitting of the olives definitely adds some time. So, you know, if you're in a rush, buy pitted olives. All right, I'm gonna give these a quick, like, chopperoo. Mostly just to make sure I got all the pits. Sprinkle that out. I'm gonna wash my hands, and we're pretty much done. We're gonna add a tiny bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of dressing on these veggies and then snuggle the chicken in, pop it in the oven, clean up my mess, and then eat it when it's cooked. Kind of wimped out on the garlic. Now I feel a little bit bad, like I shouldn't wimp out. So I'm gonna add a couple cloves of garlic. I'm not gonna chop it, I'm just gonna toss it on here. I haven't yet seen any fresh garlic from this year, so this is not gonna be the freshest garlic, but it's gonna cook up and be delicious. Oh, I got olive hands. All right. Get that out of our way. Give this another shake. Put a little drizzle. Now I'm just going to take my chicken and kind of nestle it in. Just tucking it in. Okay, this is ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna put it in at 425 for, I'm thinking about 30 minutes. Probably stir it up a little bit, a couple times. It's gonna be delicious. Ooh, she hot. All right, you guys, here it is. Everything is roasted and yummy and tender and delicious, and all there is left to do is eat it. I'm gonna start off by just sprinkling some fresh herbs on. I'm just using basil. You can use parsley, you can use whatever you want, but this was my vibe today. And I need a serving utensil. So I would normally sprinkle this all over with feta, but I'm gonna just keep it separate because not everybody eats feta in our house. So just add it afterwards. When you roast an onion like this, all of this just gets so sweet and so delicious. Roasting vegetables seems to just really bring out the sweetness. It's the best. Peppers are especially amazing. Sneak some olives and chicken in there. That's so hot. I'm nervous of it, but then I'm just gonna top it with some greens. And shake it. A little bit of extra dressing. This one I'll put a little feta on. And that's everything. I'm gonna spoon out another one on a flat plate so that you can see the layers a little bit better. And then I'm going to eat this up because it smells amazing and it's so delicious. All right, you guys, should I have a bite? I'm so excited. So the tomatoes are sweet and soft, and as you sort of eat through this meal, it all starts to kind of combine together and the sauce just gets more and more delicious the further into it you get. And you can see how this would turn into an incredible pasta sauce if you have any leftovers. I'm just gonna try and get a little bit of everything. I love the addition of the fresh greens. It's not mandatory at all, but it just brings a lightness that makes me just think of summer. It is so good. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you're feeling motivated to make up a sheet pan of Mediterranean deliciousness. It's incredibly easy. You get a really beautiful wide variety of nutrients and plant diversity for your microbiome, and it is absolutely delicious. Thank you.